Hi, this is Anastasia Battle with the LaRouche organization. I'm filling in for Harley Schlanger today for the daily update. It's April 7th, 2023. And what I really want to get into today is just to emphasize how revolutionary of a moment this is right now. There's never been a time in the world where nations all over the world want to get out of a colonial order. They want to get out of imperialism. And you see this expressed in the denunciation of Kamala Harris, where you have African countries that are saying, how dare you try to tell us what a democracy is? What are you? You're not a democracy. Please don't talk to us like we're children. You're seeing that happening right now. You're seeing other African nations that are saying, we are not going to go along with carbon colonialism. We're not going to be told how to develop our nation. We're going to progress, right? And this is expressed in many other countries right now as well that are saying, we want to develop. We want peace. That's what we want to see right now in the world. And another expression of this is what you see with the different peace demonstrations, the peace movements happening all over the world, right? The demonstration in the United States with the Rage Against the War Machine rally, with the unifying of the Libertarian and the People's Party, the left and the right, to come together around the common aims of citizens in the United States for peace, right? You see this with the No to NATO rally in London. You see this with the Berlin demonstration, right? 50,000 Germans, 50,000 Germans came out to demand peace, to demand no more weapons to Ukraine, right? You're seeing the same thing in France, right? You had the peace demonstrations there as well. Italy, Denmark, Sweden, you're seeing these is happening also. And now you have these massive demonstrations in France with this pension initiative, right? That Macron had put forward. It was trying to ram through. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And people are responding, right? So you're seeing this expression happening right now in the world, that folks do not want to continue to go down the status quo. And our job as a movement, you here, the listeners, our job is to organize the world around the highest concepts of humanity. What does it mean to be human? How do we create a maturity of mankind? And I want to make sure, many of you have probably already heard, but I want to make sure that every single person here is registered for our conference, April 15th and 16th, because this is going to be an intervention, right? These conferences that we hold are not, these are not, you know, some nice day conferences where people come and we kind of like what folks have to say, but these are interventions into world history, right? We're bringing in peace leaders. We're bringing in former presidents of nations. We're bringing in congressmen from other countries. We're bringing in representatives of different organizations to come and sit down at the table and discuss how to create this maturity of mankind. And I want to go through with you just what that's going to look like with our conference coming up. I'll go through a few of the panels. You have panel 1 is titled, "The Growing Danger of World War III Underlies the Necessity for a New Security Architecture," right? So we're going to have some very interesting people coming on for that panel. Panel 2 is titled, "The Global Majority and the International Peace Movement Are Fighting for the Same Goals." And what we're going to be doing is bringing in different peace leaders from around the world into that. Panel 3, "End the Casino Economy Before It's Too Late," which I'm sure many of you agree with that. So we'll be having experts on to discuss that. Panel 4, "The Necessary Philosophical Foundations for a New Paradigm." And I really want to put an underline on this one, because this is often overlooked. These kinds of discussions are overlooked, of how do you organize other minds so that way they can understand what we're talking about, so they can understand how to create a new security and development architecture, right? We have to organize the culture, bring out the best of all of our cultures from all over the world, the best of humanity, and to discuss those concepts at the table. And to close out this 2-day conference, we're going to have a concert, which will be done by the Schiller Institute chorus. It's titled, "Let Us Have Peace, Handel Messiah." So this will be absolutely wonderful. Now imagine all the different world leaders that will be coming to this meeting, to this 2-day conference, and what the ideas they're going to take out of it, and how they're going to use those ideas to organize their country, to organize their groups, to organize their people, right? This is how you intervene into a process which seems tragic. This is how you change the course of history, is you use ideas, you use the creative process of the mind to inspire someone to create something new. And I'm going to come back to this idea of that because there was just a very interesting meeting that happened in Berlin, which was the formation of a new group. It was titled, it was pulled together by the East German Advisory Board. The conference was titled Dialogue Instead of Weapons, Nonpartisan Action Against the War. And there are very interesting key speakers, but I'll just go through a few of them because this is happening in Germany. And it's a very important process in seeing how this is shaping out in Germany. One of the key speakers was the chairman of the German Peace Council. You had a physics professor and peace activist. You had a former spy of the NATO headquarters. You had an economist and former NVA officer. You had a friend of ours, Wolfgang Effenberger, a former West German military officer, and you had our Helga Zepp-LaRouche. And she presented as the chairwoman of the Busso party there. And in this resolution that they formed at the end of this meeting, which was very exciting to me, it says, "We, the participants of our forum today, call upon all peace-loving people to join our protest against war and for a just peace. In the great danger in which our peoples currently find themselves, we no longer have time to argue about political differences and different socio-political orientations. Instead, we must focus on what unites us. The future of our children and grandchildren and the preservation of human life on our earth require that Germany and its economy do not fall victim to a policy of Western rules-based order that wants to destroy Russia and is preparing for war against China." So I'm gonna jump down a little bit here, and we'll make sure to include the link so you can read this. It's in the next Executive Intelligence Review. "Therefore, we raise our voice to stop the war spiral. We protest against the German support for the prolongation of the war and demand an end to this course of war through a just peace that guarantees Russia's security and a peaceful anti-fascist Ukraine without NATO. Let's not wait till it's too late again. We see our event as a further voice for peace so that it becomes stronger and gains broad power." Now, imagine this happening. You have the unification of people in Germany like this. Imagine all of these different groups coming together as one force in the world to intervene on this process. I want you all to think about that, to think about what that world could look like were we to do that. That's what we want to do. That's what I'd like to encourage all of you to do. And what I want to close with, I just finished a trailer video, a video invitation, which was pulled together by our media team. with the LaRouche movement. And I'm going to play it for you. But what I would like to see everybody here is to, one, make sure to register for this conference. Two, make sure to share this video with everyone that you know. And three, take some time to contact some media people that you know. Even if you don't think they're going to respond, what the hell? Give it a shot. Try to organize them. See if you can get people to come to this conference, right? We want to make this a broad intervention into the world. So with that, I'm going to play this for you. And again, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, contribute to the organization, become a member of the LaRouche organization. It supports our ability to make videos like this and to produce content and to go out in the streets and organize. So as always, thank you so much and enjoy.
A little more than 1 year after the war in Ukraine, which in reality had already started in 2014, escalated with the Russian military operation, it is very clear that the real issue is not Ukraine. It is a proxy war between the United States, Great Britain, and NATO on the one side, and Russia on the other, with a conflict with China also looming. The real issue is that the nations of the global South are trying to shed the colonial order, this time for good, and they have now become the global majority. History calls upon you to overcome your ideologies. It demands a new era for peace and development. Without this, as the president of Belarus recently warned, through the efforts of the United States and its satellites, a full-scale war has been unleashed in a neighboring country to the last Ukrainian. World War III with nuclear fires is looming on the horizon. That's why you should intervene with the Schiller Institute April 15th and 16th at our international conference to change the course of history for the better.